When your cat finally settles down for the night and chooses to sleep right next to you, do you actually know how they made that specific choice? Yes, it feels incredibly special to be chosen. But behind that nightly routine, there is a highly complex decision-making process that most cat owners completely misunderstand or oversimplify. And if you just assume they are only using you as a convenient heating pad, you are completely missing the profound message they are trying to send, because they do not just pick any warm spot in the house. Let us start by looking at what really drives their decision when the lights go out. They are running a strict survival checklist, and the very first item on that list is something that overrides thousands of years of solitary wild feline instincts. 1. It was never just about stealing your body heat. Have you ever noticed how they will ignore a perfectly warm radiator just to sleep on your legs? Most people assume it is simple physics. A domestic cat's normal body temperature is higher than ours, so they naturally seek out warm surfaces to conserve their energy. But that is only a tiny fraction of the truth. If warmth was their only goal, they would not insist on pressing their face directly against yours. Feline behaviorists, including Dr. Mikel Delgado, explain that cats prioritize social bonding and familiar family sense far above basic environmental warmth when choosing a resting place. They are actively seeking out the concentrated scent glands located on your head, your chest, and your hands. They want to be physically engulfed in your unique smell. They are telling you something deeply intimate. I am not choosing your warmth because I am cold. I am choosing your warmth because it smells exactly like family. They are designating you as their ultimate safe zone, and they do this by positioning themselves in very specific, calculated ways around your resting body. And by the way, if your cat specifically chooses to sleep with their back completely turned to your face, do not push them away in disappointment. We will get into what that actually means at the end of this video, because that specific position is essentially a silent vow to protect your life. 2. They are aggressively claiming you as their territory. Have you ever woken up to find your cat draped heavily across your neck or your chest? When they drape themselves over you or press against your face, they are actively mixing their unique pheromones with your natural scent in a highly deliberate way. Feline expert John Bradshaw notes in his 2013 book, Cat Sense, that this creates a shared family odor, a critical survival mechanism in wild feline colonies. In the wild, a shared pack scent is exactly how cats instantly distinguish a safe, trusted family member from a potentially dangerous intruder during the dark night. This is the exact same reason they love sleeping on your discarded laundry, your used towels, or your side of the bed when you are away. They are not just seeking a soft pillow. They are establishing a deep chemical bond that tells their ancient instincts they are securely surrounded by pack. They are telling you something deeply profound. We share one scent now, so the whole world knows we belong together, and I accept you as family. And hey, if this video is helping you understand the quiet ways your cat says, "I love you," hit like and subscribe so we can reach more caring owners. 3. Your breathing is literally their lullaby. Have you ever wondered why your cat insists on sleeping directly on top of your chest or your ribcage? Most people assume it is just the warmest spot on your body, or that they simply want to be as close to your face as physically possible. But that is not the main reason. When they press themselves against your chest, they are actively syncing their own biological rhythms to your steady heartbeat. Studies published in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior confirm that the rhythmic sound of a familiar human heartbeat significantly lowers a cat's stress levels and cortisol. It replicates the deep, soothing sensation of sleeping in a warm kitten pile with their mother, where the combined rhythmic breathing signaled absolute safety and security. This is why if you suddenly hold your breath, or your breathing pattern changes drastically during a nightmare, your sleeping cat will often wake up instantly. They use your steady rhythm as a biological anchor. When your body is completely calm and at rest, their brain registers that the environment is secure. They are telling you this. I trust you to monitor the world for me, and your calm heartbeat tells my brain that it is safe to sleep. 4. They are using you as a living watchtower. Have you ever noticed how they insist on sleeping perched right on your hip or your shoulder? Most people assume they just want to be the absolute center of attention, Or perhaps they are simply trying to aggressively dominate your personal sleeping space. But that is a complete misunderstanding of feline biology. In the wild, sleeping flat on the open ground is basically a death sentence for a small predator. According to research published in Applied Animal Behavior Science, our domestic cats still retain the ancient instinct to constantly seek elevated vantage points for their survival. When you lie down, your hip or your side becomes the highest peak in the room, offering them a perfect, unobstructed view of the surrounding environment. Plus, you are a watchtower that will physically move and alert them if danger approaches. They are outsourcing their early warning system directly to you. They are essentially saying, I am choosing to sleep on you so I can react instantly if any predator tries to enter our territory tonight. They trust you to be the literal foundation of their defense system. But there is a much deeper psychological layer to how they view you. 5. They are not acting like a wildcat anymore. When they sleep, tightly curled against you, they are actually acting exactly like a human toddler. Does your cat ever suddenly wake up in the dark, reach out to touch your arm just to check that you are still there, and go back to sleep? People love to confidently claim that domestic cats are entirely aloof and fiercely independent creatures who only tolerate us for the free food and shelter. That is entirely false. A groundbreaking 2015 study from the University of Lincoln proved that cats absolutely display the secure base effect towards their owners. This psychological term means your physical presence alone gives them the emotional courage needed to interact with the world and feel completely safe from harm. When they physically anchor themselves to you at night, they are saying, "You are my absolute safe zone in a very dangerous and highly unpredictable world." They draw their emotional stability directly from your physical body, which perfectly explains the most misunderstood, confusing, and seemingly insulting sleeping position of them all. This brings us to the exact sleeping position I promised to explain at the start of this video, the one that confuses almost every single cat owner. 6. The turned back is a shield, not an insult. When your cat sleeps with their back completely facing you, it often feels like a rejection. You might assume they are simply annoyed with you, or perhaps they just want their own private space and do not want to be disturbed tonight. But that is a complete misunderstanding of their pack dynamics. You are actually looking at the ultimate demonstration of absolute, unconditional trust from a natural predator. In the wild, a cat's back is their biggest physical blind spot. It is undeniably the most vulnerable area of their entire body when they sleep. Researchers at the University of Sussex noted that cats will only ever expose these critical blind spots when they are in environments they deem perfectly secure. So when they deliberately point their most vulnerable blind spot directly at your face, they are doing something incredibly strategic and deeply instinctual for their survival. They are essentially assigning you the most important job in their entire colony. They are trusting you completely to guard their defenseless back while they rest, and in return, by facing outward toward the open bedroom door or the rest of the dark room, they are actively volunteering to guard your front. They are telling you this deeply emotional message. I will watch the front, you watch my back, and together we will survive the long, unpredictable night. It is a silent vow of mutual protection. Your cat originally chose to sleep with you because they trusted you completely with their own fragile life. So if they ever suddenly change their sleeping habits, they are not just being moody. They are communicating a shift in their health or their environment. Listen to them, watch their subtle signals, and gently help them find their way back to feeling totally safe and secure in your shared family home. Because to your small feline friend, that nightly ritual of settling down beside you was never just a small convenience or a random, meaningless daily choice. It was always a profound declaration of family, trust, and mutual protection. And that beautiful choice should never, ever be considered a small thing to you either.